What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. You're watching Tom Trips Out, and in this episode, we're talking about banking for expats. My name's Tom, this is my trip out.
Well, hey everybody, come along with me. Take a trip to a place to fight without see. Meet people, live foods, see the joy they bring. And how much it costs to try new things. Well, come and watch me on my trip out. My name's Tom, this is my trip out.
So just like anywhere else in the world, there's ATM machines everywhere, mostly outside convenience stores or, in front of banks. They're all over the place, sometimes in front of restaurants. But, obviously if you're staying here long term, you don't want to keep using your bank account from back home and paying enormous fees every time you take out money. And then you have to keep on taking out large amounts at a time to try to counteract that. You need to get your own bank account if you're deciding to move here. So the first requirement is your passport has to have at least 6 months more validity left on it. So if you have less than 6 months left, they could refuse your request to open a bank account. So check that before you even leave your home country. Going along with that, I'd also recommend you get the longest available passport you can. In Canada, you could get 5 years or 10 years, and I got a 10-year one. The benefits to this, not only lasting longer, but it's a bigger passport, so you get more empty pages in there. And if you plan to be bouncing around to Vietnam, Thailand, and so pages get eaten up pretty quickly when you're living here. So it's better to get one of the longer term passports because they have many more pages inside and they last longer. The next requirement is they check what visa you have. And you have to have, it used to be in the past that you would have to have minimum a 1 year long-term visa. And I researched online and they say now they're allowing shorter ones, like 6 months. So you have to have a longer term visa. You cannot have just a 30-day electronic visa. That won't cut it for the requirements to start a bank account. For most people watching this, you're coming here to be a teacher, so you'll end up having a 1 year EB visa, which is like the business working visa, and that will be just fine to start a bank account. So this is Bung Trebek Market. We're gonna head in there into the jungle. Okay, so we crossed the road and we're in the market now, just coming up to the entrance of it. This could be an interesting setting to talk about the next few requirements you need to open a bank account. And after, we'll get to some of the benefits. There's some extra benefits that make life really easy when you actually have a bank account here. So the third thing you need is proof of residence. So you need to show your lease from your apartment. This way it shows you're really staying long term, you're not just staying for 2 weeks and leaving. They can see you have a lease on an apartment for 6 months or a year. It should match your visa, right? If you have a 6 months visa, you should have a 6 months apartment lease. You just have to show proof of residency. And I think they also accept utility bills with your address and name on it. That's also proof, shows proof. So we'll dip back into the market. So the fourth thing that can be required when you open a bank account is they need a minimum deposit to start your bank account. And this can vary from bank to bank. From doing my research, it's usually around $10, but depending what type of account it is, the number can be much higher. Like if it was for a big corporate account, they expect a lot more than that, or business accounts. But just a regular everyday account, I think it's around $10. This should be your starting minimum deposit to start the account. So it might be a good idea to bring some cash with you when you go open the account, just in case they need some money to start the account with. So this fifth requirement is more for if you're opening a bank account that will have direct deposit from your employer. If they call it a payroll account. If you need an account like that, then they need a letter of employment from your employer. It's like the banking details of your work and so they can match it up and they can then seamlessly directly deposit the money every month. And if you're opening that type of account for to get paid into, then you need a letter of employment to go along with that. One more to be ready for. Possibly there's a chance that for some accounts and some banks, they ask for a passport-sized picture of you with a white background. And normally you have to get that anyways to get a visa. When you go to a passport photo place and get them done to get your visa, you'll usually buy 4 of them or say, like, get some extras because you might need it for a bank account. You need it for a work permit as well. So when you get passport photos done, get more than 2 made. You know what I mean? Get 6 or 8 done. That could be something that the bank would ask for, but it's according to my research, they don't always. That's a more rare. It's only sometimes. All right, so let's talk about some of the features and the extra benefits you get after you have a bank account here in Cambodia. On top of like having, obviously you're not paying international fees and exchange fees like every time you're pulling out money from your account back home in an ATM. On top of that, you can have direct deposit from your workplace. You can pay for anything, everywhere in the city, including street vendors, including at the convenience store, big or small. They have a QR code, and in the app for your banking, you can just scan the QR code and pay directly as if you're paying debit. See, so even a little street cart like this, they would just paste their sticker here on the... And every bank and financial institution has it. See, there's Amret, Winbank, ABA. So this place has all those there. And you can do it between friends as well. So sometimes you're all at a bar and the bill comes and they put it all together and one person pays the whole thing, and then he puts his phone out with the QR code on the screen, and all of us around the table just scan the QR code and send what we owe for our share, you know. Got the Smile convenience store behind me, Smile Mart. And even there, they have all your essentials, and you get to the register and they take out the debit machine, but there's a big screen on it and just a big QR code appears, and whoop, with your phone you just do it. So I'm sweating from walking around making this video. So we're gonna go in there and get like a sports drink, maybe a bag of chips, and I'll show you how you can just pay with your phone. Let's go. So that's a huge convenience that you don't even realize until you're here, like holding your Canada debit card and you're paying a huge fee every time you're trying to take out money, and then you end up walking around with big wads of cash because you take out large amounts. So those are the 5 requirements to start a bank account. Make sure you're prepared. If you're getting set up through a school, they'll usually guide you through it and give you everything you need anyways. Until next time, remember, how you spend your days is the way you spend your life. It's never too late to start tripping out.
Life is tall.